Hey guys, welcome to Wedding Film School. Today we have an awesome opportunity for you guys.
We're gonna take you guys behind the scenes at a real luxury wedding in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's go.
So this is definitely a wedding that we've had circled on the calendar for a while. Very high-end luxury wedding, downtown Boston. We're at the Newbury, which is one of Boston's premier brand new boutique hotel. It's just gorgeous, but like most luxury weddings, very tight on the timeline. We have kind of limited availability to work with the bride and groom, which you'll find when you work in these kind of luxury spaces. So we really have to make the most of our time.
What's gonna be your approach today, Jared, in terms of like shooting style? What are you trying to do when you're working with the couples and kind of capturing the day?
We're working with one of our favorite planners today. So my approach is really going to be very detail oriented. A lot more to work with, a lot more to shoot, but also because there is that planner aspect, we want to make sure that the person that we're working with, we're giving them exactly what they can use for social. So there's also that aspect as well. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, we're also working with an awesome photographer, and we're gonna be probably giving her the reins, letting her kind of run the schedule. I think when you have a really tight day like this, you really, really wanna make sure that you simplify everything for everyone so it's not too chaotic.
We're going up with the girls now.
Great.
What room?
1119.
1119, okay. No.
Yes.
No,
that's
we don't.
Dom's room, isn't it?
No, we're not going to 1119. That's Dom's room. We're going to 632.
This is happening, like real. So I guess we're being summoned and it begins.
Something that's a little bit different that I'm doing today is using this weird tilt shift lens. This is my first wedding I've shot with it. I've kind of messed around with it, shooting with some landscapes and whatnot. So somewhat familiar, but when you have moving subjects, people, it's a totally different ball game. So I feel like I'm a little bit left-handed today in that I haven't used this before, but it's been a lot of fun and I'm really liking the results so far.
So we got a little bit of a rush here. So Jared's just getting all the detail shots just while we're about to get ready for a little boudoir shoot. So here we go.
So it's like a freaking dinosaur camera. I love it, don't get me wrong.
So a couple things that we're doing here. We're doing a round of handheld shooting on the details just to get that look. Some gimbal pass on all those details as well as the dress. And then we always try to get at least some close-up details of the dress so that we can have just, you know, that sense of texture. Well, that's a nice vignette. I like that.
Is Lisa behind me? Oh, Lisa, you hop in and get it. I'll be right after you. I want just a nice lay flat that gets all the details at the same time, because we're in such a rush.
So they're doing a little boudoir session and we are not allowed, so we're out.
So in typical wedding fashion, the boudoir photo session started a little earlier than normal. Go ahead. And because of that, now we are waiting when really we should be shooting details. So I'm a little anxious because I have a lot of shooting that I still have to get. Well, the most important detail is that you believe in yourself. Isn't that the most important detail?
The love between two people.
Yeah, yes. Lisa, where do you want to do the first look? Do you want to do it in the park?
We're going to do it right outside. Then we're going to cross over to the public garden where the wedding party is going to meet us at 3:30.
Perfect, okay. She's going to be over there. I'm probably going to be like right here.
This is better if I do this.
Okay.
Because I can just shoot wide and then you can do whatever you want.
All right. So I'm going to have you.
I'll just keep a two-shot the whole time.
Lisa, is that good? Do you want her to back up a little bit more?
Back up a little bit more.
Up to Lisa, yeah. Okay, good. Get mom.
Oh, my baby. Yay! Love you. No? Ma? Let me take you all in. I need help with this. Yeah.
Lisa, do you want to switch over here?
No.
You are gonna see him next. That's 14 minutes from now. So it's coming. We just finished the bridal portrait session. We are going to head downstairs and set up for the first look. Everything is on schedule. Actually, I would say before schedule, so we're doing really well. Probably just do double tripod and...
Yep, maybe.
Actually, maybe single tripod and...
I think single tripod and 2 handhelds
gimbal.
is what I would do. Or gimbal and handheld.
Profile, shoot that way. That way is nicer light. And I'll just follow the rest, Travis. And then if you want to go handheld with your other one, you're going to be forward, Dom. You're probably going to be like here. We're going to be in here. I want to see what Lisa wants to do, but that's what I would assume. So if we're just ready for that. All right, Travis, she's coming. So roll it. Go over on that side next to that valet. Yeah. Kristen, hold on. Wait 1 second. Step this way. Step this way. Yeah, okay, good.
Don't turn until she's out.
Oh yeah, I'll go high. Love it. Ruined.
What did I miss?
They're New Yorkers, and they thought their street people are hardcore. We're here in Boston. Your cousin from Boston.
Oh my god.
That cape is intense. Caleb, you'll let me know if I'm about to be attacked, right? You'll let me know. Just move the sun. That would be the play. This tilt shift's looking a little spicy. Yeet.
Went outside, we did first look, portraits, some family stuff. Travis is out there. Jared is about to get set up for the ceremony. Basically what we're gonna be doing for the ceremony, 3 sources of audio, probably 5 cameras today because why not? We might as well. A couple issues, it's a very shallow room. Also, it's indoors. We're not totally sure what the lighting situation is gonna be. It's just a tight fit in there. Our camera positions, our lighting, everything has to be figured out in the next hour or so. So let's go check it out.
Only about half the chairs are currently in here, so I'm gonna set up my cameras, just try to get the angles correct. We are about T-minus 2 hours, I believe, before the ceremony starts. So we have plenty of time to do some setup in here. But since it is a little bit more complicated, there's going to be a lot of people in this small little room. We just want to make sure the angles are correct and yeah, that we're doing the right thing.
Okay, so one thing to keep in mind whenever you're doing a ceremony indoors like this, kind of think about how they're going to light it. And I walk in here and the first thing I see is that. Piles and piles of the hottest pin spots known to man. Those are going to light up all those flowers. They're going to be all, so we want to keep that in mind when we're doing our setup, that like, they're going to be adding a lot of light with those, but the other thing to keep in mind is it might not be exactly where we want it. And so we're going to have to just be cognizant of that in our setup, just thinking about our exposures in like 2 hours.
Yep. What you doing over here?
Like it?
What are you making?
I made a new tripod.
Did we not bring enough?
I brought 2. Should have probably brought 3.
Okay, so I want an extra camera because why not? And so instead of bringing a tripod like a normal person, we're gonna put it on a stand like this, and it works perfectly fine. This is the Aperture 60X. Just in case, right before the ceremony, they dip the lights down to absolutely nothing and it's a dark pit in here, which I don't think it will be, although they're lowering it on me as we speak.
Because you could just put it right against the pole, you know?
Well, yeah, the people that are looking this way, I just don't want to put it like right there.
You're right, you're right.
But I think right here will be great.
Yeah, I like the rim light.
All right, put that back in. I said out, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I like that.
Just something really soft. That's at like 2%.
This feels good.
Yeah, maybe I could bring it up a little bit, but
Bring it up a smidge, a little brightness up, but we have a bunch of these pin spots right here that are, like I mentioned before, they're pretty harsh, but I think the lighting team is awesome, so we're collaborating together with the hotel staff and lighting team. We've got the levels in the room. We're trying to create, you know, a nice vibe, but also, you know, you can see it. One issue we're solving with our light is Jared is setting up a light for the door so that when the bride and groom come in, the exposure isn't so off that you actually can't see a thing, and they walk up on stage and it's pitch black and then suddenly it's super, super bright. Whatever. We just want to get our ratios more similar to the door as to the stage, so we're setting up a light for that.
Okay, so we have a little bit of downtime right now, and I'm just gonna fill it up with a little bit of B-roll. I don't feel like we've really shot a lot outside yet. We have about an hour and a half before the ceremony starts. Just gonna get some B-roll shots outside of the hotel, see what we can come up with.
So we're gonna do audio. Normally I ask the DJ. Today I didn't ask the DJ because I know Felix and he'll be fine with it. I've worked with him a lot. Anyway, we're gonna do a really, really basic setup, which is we're gonna take a line recording. And one of the things we like to do, we don't use 32-bit float recorders, at least not all the time. And we don't really find it necessary because what we do is we just take a basic mono XLR splitter. We plug it into, you can pretty much use any recorder that takes a line level signal. We plug it in here, we set one of them to like 6 or 7, a little higher, and one of them lower, and call it a day. Usually that works out fine. The one thing I would tell you guys, make sure the pad is on so you get a little bit more headroom. We're gonna plug that directly into the speaker, and that's gonna be source number 1. Source number 2, we're just gonna take this guy and mic directly on the speaker just to have another direct source of audio. And then of course we got 2 lav mics, one on the groom, one on the officiant, and those are gonna go in there. So we're just gonna take this and plug it directly into the back of the output on this powered speaker. Don't buy these right angle cables, they're stupid. We just bought one. I wish we didn't. They actually are annoying and oftentimes don't fit. But luckily it fits here. One thing I'll tell you is don't be precious with your audio. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? The thing starts, what time is it right now? 4:30, starts in an hour. I got plenty of battery. I'm just gonna I'm gonna start recording now because honestly, I just don't wanna think about it later. So just roll, you know, it's better to have too much than too little. Typically I'll put a sandbag on this just to make sure I'm just kidding. I'm putting a sandbag on this. Quick question, who's the officiant? Out there. Okay, Matt. So we're gonna go mic up the groom and mic up the officiant, and we're gonna get a bunch of jokes about, oh, that recorded, oh, you're not gonna really, you know, that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go do that. Hey guys.
Now you're my dude. That's scary. Excellent.
How's your day going, bud?
It's going good, man. Excited to get the ceremony part done.
Yeah, but I'll get it after the ceremony. We'll come and grab it. Do I know weddings, or do I know weddings? Hey, bud. I'm just gonna mic you up for the ceremony. Yes. It'll be real quick. This is recording now.
Oh God. Okay, that's not great.
Yeah, I'm just.
When you want to maybe give me a heads up before you turn on the mic so that.
This is not broadcasting.
Okay.
To the world. It's only for your video.
Oh, I was just messing around with people. I'm like, yeah, I told him we're gonna be mic'd during the ceremony, so like don't say anything now.
Oh, I already got one on Matt. I know. So, see you soon. So Jared's just doing some last second detail shots. Basically what we're doing tight shot on both wings. Still kind of figuring out maybe the wide shot in the back, but we're gonna have one person on gimbal, one person handheld. It's like I was saying before, it's not a very deep room, so we gotta be really strategic with how we cover this. We don't wanna be moving too much. We wanna, you know, kind of disappear, and we gotta be ready to pivot as things change, so we'll see how it goes.
I'll be on gimbal, you're handheld. I'll also control this light, so when the ceremony starts, we'll keep it on. We'll get people coming down that middle aisle with the light. I'll turn the light off, as soon as everyone's done to kind of draw attention away from it. I'll monitor that other camera over there. Just make sure they're in the right frame, because right now we're kind of guessing.
This gimbal just went from 70% to 7% battery, so some issue. So
What happens when you use a gimbal at a wedding for the first time?
yeah, so anyway, we have it plugged into a V-mount battery, clipped onto a holdfast, because we're nerds. So that's what's happening.
Travis, so little change of plan. Do you think you could film the bride as soon as she opens up? And I'm gonna trail her with the gimbal. From behind. So like open the doors, I'll get that epic looking shot. So the doors will open, I'll follow her in, get her trained, because I know that's important to her. But I also don't want to be in your shot as you're trying to get her face from this angle. Stay on her side.
I'll be right down. I'll just shoot it like a first shooter.
Just stay down. Just stay down. If he's down, like getting her face, is that gonna bug you over here? Okay.
Courtney has used some of that time to putz around the apartment, to where I'm still unclear with ego. And they then see someone here as a young. They rock and give you the strength to get through the tough days. Make paper, Massachusetts, Courtney and Dom.
Over to the other room where the dance floor is for the first dance and all that stuff. So that's going to be a little bit hairy. Should be good, but we got to make sure we're getting that going pretty quickly. It's a little chaotic in here, as you can see.
Where are you gonna be?
Oh, who knows?
I'll probably be over here so that I'm not shooting this idiot with a camera over here.
Sitting?
They are sitting right here, 1 and 2.
Here. Okay.
So they're literally just,
Okay.
yeah.
Go cover, go cover. So, the last set of toasts, and there's a bunch of things that were just hard. So I'm repositioning my camera to try to get maybe a little bit of a better just shot. And maybe not quite as sexy, but at the end of the day, you got to get the shot, right? So we're gonna do that.
Congratulations, and I'm so excited for you.
Before we leave. In all seriousness, folks, when your best friend gets married, just want one thing.
We're gonna start grabbing all our tripods, all our light stands, all the audio. We're gonna be flipping it over to the other room, and maybe we'll get some food, but right now we're definitely gonna be flipping our stuff over just so we can be totally ready for the first dance and all the stuff, dance party stuff happen after. Travis, are you gonna get audio?
I'll get audio.
Yeah, okay, let's flip. I have no idea how we're gonna do this.
I think you should 45 them. Light over there, and then light over there.
So what we're doing is we're kind of just gonna be crossing them up, we're gonna be shooting from that angle. We don't really want to see the band and everything, or there's a photo booth over there. Love them, great people. Don't want to see that as our background, so we're gonna be making that our background. And we're gonna be lighting them from here and from there. So we're shooting into the shadow, so we have a nice little depth. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're trying to get a little bit of shadow here because it looks better. So swing over here, Caleb. If you shoot right here, look how flat it looks versus over here where you have depth. And so we got some hair light here, backlight, and then, you know, kind of nice little directional kind of key light. Pretty good, Jared.
This is pretty good. What do they put on the outside of this?
I think probably salt. Everybody is about to come in here and we're gonna get going with the reception, so let's do this.
Before we officially get this party started, we have a couple of things that we do have to do. So.
So we're back in the studio, Jared. That was an awesome time shooting that wedding. What do you think you maybe would have wanted to do a little bit differently now that you're thinking about it?
Yeah, after watching the film and after experiencing the day, I think in retrospect, there are a couple things that kind of stand out to me. First one was the portrait session. I knew that the photographer was a little bit more documentarian in that they were just wanted to let things happen, which is generally the approach that we have as well. But when working with a photographer that's a little bit more hands-off, I tend to wish that I got more involved. So a lot of the B-roll shots that I got the groom and bride doing more like talking, conversing, talking about like dinner or drinking or friends or seeing guests or whatever, which I would have preferred them to be more into each other. So I wish I would have gone in and did a little bit more just direction. That's one thing that stood out to me. The other thing was the first look. I wish we would have had, I guess, a better plan for the first look. And I feel like we did have a good plan, but it kind of got kamikazed a little bit.
Some things just don't work out as planned.
Yeah.
Don't you kind of think, though, that it adds a little personality when you have things like that popping up in the middle of the wedding day?
Totally, totally. And, you know, I will say, overall, I'm really impressed at the end of the day by how well this film did turn out. I really love the final product. And I will just say one thing that kind of stands out is this is a film that, you know, I didn't have any conversations with the bride or groom ahead of time. I dealt directly with the wedding planner. With our friend Kristen leading up to the day, and even conversations that we had with her were like 10 minutes at a time. So we didn't know this couple at all going into the day. But when you watch this film, it feels like a very personal film in that I think we showcase the bride and groom's personality really well, which kind of lead us into the edit, right? So
yeah.
What are some things that you were happy with the final edit?
You know, for me, it's like when I'm observing a couple on a wedding day and looking over their footage and thinking about a wedding film, I'm always thinking, how do we capture this couple's personality? I knew that this couple, they did rock, paper, scissors. There's a couple moments that stood out throughout the day that was like, okay, this is who these people are. How do we highlight this? But then, of course, there's this juxtaposition where it's this very fancy event, really, really elevated event. And so it couldn't just be like a silly video. It had to be like, have some silliness and some fun and some of their personality mixed with kind of an elevated vibe. And I think it does a really good job of like feeling connected to who they truly are as a couple. And so I'm really excited about how it turned out.
So we're actually gonna dive in and allow you to actually watch the final film. So without further ado and without us jabbing a little bit more, let's dive into that.
Courtney and Dom settle every disagreement, no matter how big or small, in one way. A best out of 3, rocks, paper, scissors. So now, before all of you today, we shall settle some accounts. Courtney and Dom met on a brisk January night in Southie. Interestingly, Courtney affirms this day was January 4th, where Dom believes it was the 5th. Now we're ready for the big match.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock,
1.
paper, scissors, shoot.
See ya.
See ya.
Not even a question. Not even a debate.
Somebody update the record, please.
Courtney was asked her favorite things about her future husband. Taking this question very literally, Courtney immediately answered his hair, his calves, and his butt.
All correct.
Good answer.
All great attributes.
When Dom was asked the same question, he actually responded, her smile, her laugh, and how excited she gets about the little things. Together, they will certainly make everyday moments of life memorable.
Oh, my baby. Yay!
Courtney, Dom, I hope you take just a moment and look around this beautiful venue and realize just how much you are loved by all those you see here. Your families as well will always be there in good times and the challenging times for both of you.
May rock give you the strength to get through the tough days. May paper allow you to bend and flex to the challenges life may bring you. And may scissors teach you to cut to the chase of every argument. Know that no matter how strong, we all have our weaknesses. It is together that we find the strength to meet life's challenges and enjoy the adventure ahead of us. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. By the power vested in me by the state of Massachusetts, Courtney and Dom, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Dom, you may kiss the beautiful bride.
I'm overjoyed that my big sister, the one person who has been most immediately by my side my entire life, has found her other half. I'm thrilled to finally officially have a brother, and especially one that fits in so nicely with our family.
So when your best friend gets married, you just want one thing for him, to be with someone who lets him be who he is. And even though I don't see Dom as often as I'd like, when I do see him, he's just the same old Dom. It's proof that he's found a partner who appreciates him and just lets him be who he is. That's all I really want for him. I love you both and wish you a lifetime of happiness. Congratulations.
Thank you for taking care of my big sister and loving her. I could not be more excited to officially call you my brother-in-law and to watch the beautiful future that you built together.
So that was our film, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that film, you enjoyed that BTS. If you did, it means the world to us. If you would like that video, subscribe to our channel for more awesome wedding filmmaking content. And of course, check out our sister channel, The Wedding Film School Show. That is our podcast where we get into all things wedding filmmaking. We interview awesome wedding filmmakers. We talk about the business side. We go deeper. So check out The Wedding Film School Show, our sister channel on YouTube. Sub, like, do all the stuff on that channel as well. Have an amazing day, wedding filmmakers.